Hey classmates, so today I won't be doing a bagel making video. I will be going over the importance of each ingredient in a bagel. If you guys want an extra video of how to make cinnamon raisin bagels or how to do the maple ones that I have on my page, go on my Instagram right here. Um, and you guys will see the pictures. But if you guys want a video on it, just comment down below and I'll make sure to film that for you guys. But today, we're going to go over the importance of each ingredient and how to make a bagel. So I'm going to start off with the first ingredient, of course, if you guys are staying tuned with the videos, bread flour. Now, bread flour is a good quality gluten formation flour. It has 11 to 13% content, meaning it's one of the strongest flours compared to like uh, your all-purpose flour or your pastry flour that you use for cakes and cookies and things like that. If you use bread flour for a cookie or a cake, your cake is going to be very dense because this is a very heavy flour and the content is very high. So that's why it helps with bagels because, if you notice, bagels are pretty dense. The dough is a lot more put together. And that is the goodness about bread flour for a bagel. The next one is our yeast. Now, this is the brand that I use. I really like this brand because it is instant yeast. And it's meant for bread. It's rapid rising. A lot of people probably use instant yeast, and some people probably use the one where you have to put it in water and sugar and then put the yeast in and then allow it to ferment in the cup and then they pour it in the dough. But compared to this, you can put it right in there as far as not having to wait for the foam to form, because this will form a foam in the cup if you do it before adding it into the dough. But I just throw this right in along with the salt, as you guys seen in the video previous. So the next one would be our water, which is what we add with our yeast and which is what I add. Let me grab my flour or my salt. Now, I do use iodized salt. These are packs right now because I don't have the one that comes like this. This is sea salt. I use iodized salt. I don't think there's any specific preference difference. I don't think there's any difference as far as the salts. Don't quote me on that. I'll get for more information, and if there's any difference, I'll of course post it and put the difference in salts and what it does to dough. But yeah, so our salt, our yeast, and our water together make a family, and you put it into the dough, which helps with um, fermentation, the rising of our dough for our bagel. So I want to mention that this also it reacts with the starch in the flour and the natural sugars in the flour if you do not add sugar. If you guys were paying attention in the videos, I did not add any sugar to the bagel mix. It is okay to do so because it will react great with the yeast. My recipe did not call for sugar in the bagels, so the yeast was just reacting off the natural sugars in the flour. So that is optional if you would like to do that. It will not harm it. Just make sure that you're adding the correct amount of sugar because sugar does crystallize, which will change the color of your bagel, okay? And possibly the texture too. So the salt, it enhances flavor. It is a retarding yeast development, and retarding, I believe, means, I actually forgot. I'm going to put the definition here. Um, it strengthens the gluten structure. It aids in crust color, and it preserves the color and the flavor in the flour. So color, flavor, and development structure. Water, even though it's so simple, It hydrates our flour for gluten to form. Gluten is very important when you're baking bagels. Now, there is gluten-free versions, which I mentioned that I will also do maybe further out in my schooling. I will do that because I kind of want to put a whole gluten-free series out. But first, I want to focus on the original ways of making things until I am more confident in my gluten-free journey. So, it also activates yeast. It is important to use a certain type of temperature as far as our water. Now, for bagels, I recommend highly to use warm water because it assists in warmer dough, which will result in a quicker fermentation. The quicker the fermentation for our dough, the quicker you can roll them and make them, and the texture will come out the same. Um, Fermentation is very important in bagels because it does result in the texture of a bagel. When you go to roll it, it should be easy, it should be pliable, it should not be hard. No crust should form over that soft dough. It should be soft, textured, and easy to roll, as you guys saw in the video. So I recommend warm water. To mention, the water converts into steam, which acts as a leavener and prevents the bread crust from forming too quickly, as I just mentioned. When it converts to steam, that's very important because, as I will explain later, once we go to put our saran wrap over our dough, that steam from the dough that we have added with the water, it will come in relation with the oil that we have to add, which is next. So I'll explain more soon. So I use this spray because it's easy to just spray the bowl down instead of rubbing oil in it. But for my people who don't want to use, pan spray or whatever, you can also use any type of oil. If I use any type of oil, it will probably be olive oil because I just like olive oil. You could also use grapeseed oil. Now I know that grapeseed oil has a lot of fat in it. This also has fat in it. But it's less thick, or is it more thick than grapeseed? I don't know, guys. I just like to use olive oil because it's what I know. However, I prefer this for my bagels because it's quicker and it still gets the job done. So, as I was saying, with the water that converts to steam, it reacts with the oil that we spray in our bowl very lightly. And then we apply our dough and then we apply our saran wrap over top, nice and tight, so that the steam and the moisture can be in just within that bowl, which also goes into volume, texture, and marinating those flavors together, which is what our salt does for our dough. So that's the importance of oil in the water, other than the water being able to react with the yeast for our fermentation. So I went over the oil, malt syrup. Now, in my video, I don't know if I mentioned that it was, or in the post, I don't know if I mentioned if it was optional or not. I do recommend getting this, okay? You can really only order it online because I remember how much of a hassle it was to get it in the store. I went to Walmart, I went to Wegmans, no barley malt syrup. So if you do want to become a artistry in bread making and all of that, I do highly recommend to get the barley malt syrup. It does come in powder form, which is what it originates as. It is originally wheat that is formed with wheat flour, and you can turn it into a syrup by adding honey. So that's how it's like that. So this is just honey added into wheat flour and wheat, basically. So let's see what else. This also is important because it adds color. It's mostly important for plain bagels, everything bagels, sesame bagels, because those don't really have flour. As you guys saw in my jalapeno and my cheddar, bagel video, I did add cayenne pepper. Sometimes I add paprika. Sometimes I add other things just to get that actual flavor of, instead of just a cheddar bagel or instead of just a jalapeno cheddar bagel, I want the bread to taste like something, right? So I add extra seasonings and things like that. So for this also adds flavor for your plain bagels if you know it's just too simple for you and you want a little extra flavor. This can help. And also, it aids in fermentation and moistness. Okay, so that's that. And as for our garnish of choice, I chose the everything bagel seasoning because it's one of my favorites. If you guys go on my Instagram, also, you'll see that I made an everything bagel video. Let me know if you want that one along with the cinnamon raisin one, and I can just, follow through with that if you guys actually want the video. So, these are our important toppings, okay? Everything bagel seasoning, sesame, or cheddar, whatever you want to put on top, raisins, cinnamon, whatever. This is going to top off your bagel flavor. Um, it's going to help with the uniqueness of your bagel and presentation, okay? Appearance, bagel taste, all those things. Now, you can put this inside the bagel. I would put this inside the bagel after I add my after I add all the ingredients. While it's mixing, I will add my seasoning. As far as my everything bagel seasoning, I don't know if people actually put sesame seeds inside of the bagel. I think they just put it on top. But I will put my everything bagel seasoning inside the bagel and on top. Now, the importance of garnish is to top it off, right? Now, it is supposed to be applied after the boiling process and before baking, okay? After the boiling process and before the baking. The importance of that is because after the boiling process, the dough is pretty sticky and it's adherable to anything that you put on top of it. So instead of waiting for it to dry after taking it out of the pot, you want to put it on immediately after you take it off the pot and after you apply your bagel to your pan. Why? Because it's going to stick on the bagel, okay? And it won't come off. So then you apply it, put it in the oven, and then it'll bake without you having to worry about it coming off of the bagel. So that is the importance of all these ingredients put together will make a beautiful bagel, as you guys saw in the video. And do not be afraid to ask questions. I'm always here to answer them. And if I don't know something, just remember I am also human. And as I'm learning, I'm teaching. And as I'm teaching, I can still be taught. So if you guys just want to make this and comment below, do that. Thank you.